gonna tweet this out. You can unmute that. You should hear music if you want to. It's up to you. That's what I'll be playing. Problems will be joining us
Sounds good.
at some point. They're starting. There we go. Already off. Wasting no time. As soon as I go live, we've already begun.
And there's movement. And the good old reminder about the magic cape.
We have dustminion and Dr. Mutagen on the left, Motzi and Tojo on the right. This is the first game for any of these folks. In my tournament, anyway. So this is actually a round 1 game.
I know each of these guys have practiced doing these seeds here, so it'll be interesting to see how these guys come along with the adventures. Obviously, teamwork's a very important thing once they get done with the escape. Well, mushroom makes things interesting once you leave escape, because you could always go right and see what that mushroom yields. Probably will see somebody split off and do that.
Yeah. I'll be messing with these screens, trying to make them look a little nicer. It's always a hassle to try and get 4 people's screens to look right on the fly. Some of them are a little ajar.
So far, nobody's getting lucky with the bomb drop.
Yesterday, we had the Titan mitts and the power gloves be in there in the escape, and I was watching 2 of the team players not get bombs and almost miss that. That would have been ridiculous. That would have been the worst.
That would be... Yeah, that'd be awful.
It's hard to describe how bad. The only solution for that would be to go through the entire escape again from the start.
So the power glove was in that bombable room?
With the Titan mitts.
Wow. Oh, early boots.
Making it, completely impossible to get it normally. Like, you would normally just bite it and come back later from above, but you wouldn't have been able to do that. Ever.
Yeah, the only way you'd have to do is go right back through the sewers again.
We do have another game at 7:30 or so. It's Parisian and New Life versus their opponents in round 2. There was a 3rd game scheduled, but I don't think that one's happening. If it is, it's a little late for me anyway. I think they're going to try and do it on their own. We'll see how that goes.
Well, thankfully no casualties to the ball and chain guy. I see one of the runners, Dr. Mutagen, there decided to go pot strategies.
I haven't seen anyone die to him yet. Thankfully, that hasn't happened. No one's died in escape in this.
Yeah, it's kind of painful if that does ever happen because, well, you just lost 3 minutes to... Well, it's kind of easy not to die to ball and chain guy. Have we seen the map yet?
Nope. Nobody bothered to look. I don't check it myself until I'm honestly done with the first part of the getting things finished up.
Hello?
How you doing? Problems? We are just getting Zelda out of the castle right now. Didn't miss much.
You missed the uncovering of the boots. That's pretty much it.
The uncovering of the boots is pretty weak, though.
And the mushroom.
Yeah, that depends on what that leads to.
Mushroom could be hype.
Is everything working?
So far, yes.
My weird little players playing?
Yes, it works. Yes, it does work.
It has about a second of delay. That's what we usually use.
You know the good thing about getting the boots, though? You don't have to worry about the bombs now.
You can crush that rat. That's a good thing. I always forget that I can ram into that until I've wasted the bomb. Did get hammer there. Got the hammer.
Ooh, that's a nice find.
I don't know if Green Team realizes that they don't need a bomb. They're farming for it. It's putting them behind. They're killing every single enemy.
They probably don't realize that. I mean, it's really easy to forget.
I hope they notice, because they don't have anything.
The other possibility is, and we'll find out in just a moment here. Oh, they do know about it. They might be trying to get bombs for Kakariko Village.
Yeah, that seems legit. You might as well try to get them. You're gonna need 3 at least in Kakariko. Kakariko, however you pronounce that.
The K's are silent. Erica Village. I don't know.
Kakariko.
I'll accept that.
20 cents in the sanctuary chest there. The bomb, the dash chest. I've lost the game because I didn't know that chest existed. And the team has lost the race because they forgot. They wanted to yell at me like I gave them a nasty seed. But I mean, that chest isn't nasty. Give me a break. It's right there.
I like Toy Soul's strategy of going to the Haunted Grove to try to get some bombs, which worked out pretty nicely. Now we're doing fake flippers.
Okay, where's he going with this?
Trading in the mushroom.
Oh, clever. I never even considered that.
Wasting no time. Let's see what this is worth. Finding out already. Half mana.
Might be a big payoff. Oh, nice.
Half mana, definitely a nice payoff. Not necessarily immediately, but once you start getting some of those things that drain your magic, hey, good pickup.
You're definitely gonna appreciate that once you're hitting Ice Palace and Skullwoods.
So the pendant breakdown is pretty nice again. I've been getting lucky with these seeds. They've been consistently looking attractive. Of course, it took 90 minutes last time. Crystal 2, 4, and 1 are in the light world. No pendants.
By the way, nice place for the bow right there in Sarashala's hut.
Yeah, might as well go do Eastern while you're there, because
Yep.
it's right.
I'd probably even do it.
He's not doing
I'd
it.
probably even do it if it was a pendant.
Yeah, I'd
Eastern
think
is
about
so
it.
good in this logic, I feel.
Or not. Oh wait, no lamp. Probably waiting until he gets lamp before he goes into the dark
Yeah, that
groves.
makes sense.
I can understand that, especially if you don't have too much experience with it. There's a couple dangerous rooms.
Right now, I like how both runners on each team have split up their duties here.
Yeah, that's really important in 2v2s to stay split up for as long and as much as possible.
I forgot that I was wondering why the color on Tosho was so saturated. I forgot that desaturated. I forgot I had a filter on for one of the other racers because their stream was so bright. There, it's fixed now. That's my fault. Don't blame the racer for my incompetence. I forgot to remove that filter. They found Quake. Maltzy's got
I
the
just
mirror.
Just realized already that we don't have a timer on screen. Or is that on the stream and not in the...
Oh, it's not on screen, but I do have it.
We're only about 8 or 9 minutes into this run.
Yep. Let me get it. There it is.
Nice.
Completely forgot to. I don't know why it was hidden. First race of the day. I have another one later on tonight, but it's gonna be really late, like 2.5 hours from now. These guys will be finishing up hopefully before that. I haven't had a long one since that one disaster steed. Tojo's trying to do fake flippers. Got it again.
Notice Toiso's got silvers already. And how about that? A moon pearl from the bottle vendor today. So right now, Maltzy's only a lift upgrade away from having Dark Road access.
Red team is cruising around, getting all kinds of stuff. Bridge guy, all that effort for a heart piece.
I really like how one team here has the silvers and the other team has the bow. because if they both knew like where the other one was, they'd probably pick it up as soon as possible.
Well, I think Toiso's about to figure it out real soon.
Yep.
He's heading in that direction.
You can throw the chicken through the wall there, and I did it one time, and the chicken was stuck in my hands, and I had to restart the run.
Fake chicken is so bad.
Yeah.
It happened to me while hammering Pet Cave the other day. I didn't even know it was possible.
I once threw the chicken to the point where it kind of made it harder for me to pick up the chest, because every time I tried to open the chest, I picked up the chicken. And there's the bow to complement the silver arrows there for Toiso. And also a sword upgrade was in the back of the tavern.
I think Maltzy's grabbing half mana, maybe checking Zora.
He doesn't have a way to Zora right now without a lift upgrade.
The only way is fake flippers through Hyrule.
You
But I
can
guess
fake
this is the
flipper
wrong
there, yeah.
place for that.
You could also argue that Zora probably isn't as valuable right now because they don't have any means to get there.
I would argue the Zora is never valuable. I hate that guy. He's helped me like once out of 50 times. I feel like the rate of success with Zora for me is like 10%.
So how's Toiso's Dark Room experience? Because right now he's in Eastern Palace without a lamp.
I've never seen any of these racers run before.
I figure if he goes to Eastern, he's probably comfortable with the Dark Rooms.
You have only
But it'll be
got-
interesting to see.
You've got to worry about finding the key in the skeleton room, and then the other big problem is killing a guy and shooting the dude behind him to get his key, and then using it.
The only one that's really difficult is the one behind the big key door. But like, if that one goes off the rails, you can spend like 2 minutes looking for that green guy.
Yep, they've got the bow. Our team has it as well.
What would make it easier is if they find Fire Rod in here for some reason.
That'd be really convenient.
Where's Maltzy going? Is he going to Eastern? I don't agree with that. I hate to see two people going into the same dungeon. They have options.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so
Agreed.
far, Toiso hasn't found anything of interest in here.
Yeah, it's not looking like Eastern Palace is a good stopping point. It's just a mandatory stopping point.
Yes.
Although you can tell that both are talking to each other because Maltzy skipped the chest in that ballroom.
We had a really close race last night. It was down to the wire for a long time. One team was way better on the routing. They split up really well. The other team just straight played better, but because they pathed badly, they were nearly throwing it anyway. It was a really close match. They just did this. They kept doing dungeons that their partner had done, which is honestly, that's the wrap-up phase of the team battle. You don't want to do that until it's almost over, until you're ready to quit.
Yeah, from my experience, you want to stay split up basically until you're in go mode.
So that, I mean, they're using valuable time to retrace each other's steps right now. Maybe he wants the Master Sword. Maybe he thinks that he needs to get in there and kill Aghanim.
That will be the second sword upgrade we found. So anyone who's got Master Sword, there's your tempered.
Yep.
I mean, that could be it. I mean, you won't have to do Aghanim without the lamp. So until we find that, that's definitely not supposed to happen.
And I mean, this kind of worked out with the sword, but when Malcy entered this dungeon, he didn't know that the sword was here yet.
Toiso made it out, but he's got to be careful.
No! No.
Tried to pick up a heart, and the anti-fairy got him.
That was, yeah, he almost had it. No, he's leaving. He's had enough of this. I understand. He was really injured when he went in there. Dustminion's heading in. He's gonna get Tempered Sword in here. He'll be rocking that blade really early. Hopefully he can handle the dark room. I mean, they do have the cape. If it comes down to it, they could really cheese the dark room. It's just hard to do because you got a guy who's pretty tanky if you can't use your bow on him.
With the tempered, he dies in one hit, though.
Yeah,
well, Malty's moving on to the Armos Knights, so he knows what the partner's doing. He's going to find out what's the last item in here.
Ether.
That was a really nice Armos kill. And Ether is nice, too.
Ether's nice. Not sure if it's required just yet. And what's Gina got today?
Shuffle. I feel like green team
lamp
is a little slower in action, but their pathing is better. So far, anyway. It's working out for them, the places they've gone, the things they've seen. They're not too different on items yet. Does Tosho not have the mirror yet? Never went there?
Apparently not.
We just need to find those gloves, and then we can...
Ooh.
Oh, speaking of gloves.
Good timing. So shovel from Agana to the first glove upgrade. That is interesting.
Dr. Mutagen's gonna get his as well. That's where we're gonna see some split up, I think. I would head straight to the Dark World, personally.
Yeah.
This Light World is starting to get a little messed up. Tower of
Do they
the
have
Mountain might be
the
good.
Moon Pearl?
They have the Moon Pearl, it came from the Bottle Kid. I think.
Okay.
Yes, it did. Toiso hasn't picked up the investment, but knows it's there thanks to his teammate. And there he picks up his Tempered Sword.
Yep. Might as well grab that Moon Pearl now and head straight to Village of Outcasts.
Oh, it's the guy who sells the
here.
bottle. He's got the Moon Pearl, not the Bottle Kid.
Yeah, the bottle vendor, yep. Maltzy's going to be picking up the shovel, and I think this is where we're going to start seeing some Dark World exploration.
Yeah.
What was in this hut?
Shovel.
Mutagen
Oh,
was
you
heading
mean
to
this
the
hut? Oh,
mountain. Dustminion took a ton of hits. I hope he handles the dark room here pretty well. He's healing first. Okay, that might be a safe play if you're not too familiar with this.
Always nice to know where these special rooms are in the game.
Yep. Getting the 300 rupees does make sense to me on Toiso's end. I think 300 is usually worth going out of your way for. if you ever need to buy that Zora item or spend money on something else.
Yeah,
There's
and with,
another
the,
300.
and with the Power Glove, that now opens up the door to Zora.
I've lost races before because I've had 108 rupees and I had to get in Palace of Darkness. And it took me a long time to find 2 rupees.
Yeah, you can't usually go wrong picking up 300. Like, you're gonna find some way to spend them usually, especially if it's this early.
Dustminion trying to work his way into the door. Looks like he's doing it. It's hard to say, though. Yeah,
By the way,
he
Bombo's off the old mountain man.
Damn.
Tojo's
They have
going.
all the medallions.
There's the red cane on the lookout peak.
And
the
watch
blue
Misery
tunic.
Mire and Turtle Rock not be required.
Oh, that's such a trolly one inside Spectacle Rocket if you have blue mail.
Well, now that they're in the Dark World, I'm going to go ahead and read off what the pendants are. Because they're never going to show us the map in a way that we can read it. A Palace of Darkness is the pendant of power, Ice Palace is the courage, and Mire is wisdom. There it is. Ice Palace
Wait,
is
do
your
you
green.
Oh, there we go.
Yep. So there's your green over there at the Ice Palace, which can make things interesting. Never know when that Sarashla is going to have something nice.
We have the blue tunic and red cane for Dr. Mutagen on the mountain there, so the mountain's a good stop. Especially if you're not too thrilled about the low heart count they got right now. That's a nice way to knock that up a little bit.
I'd still feel not good going to Death Mountain just for the blue mail at this point. So unless Tower of Hera comes out with something, or East Death Mountain.
I would want to check Tower of Hera. I'm used to it having good stuff. But you can't do the whole thing if you have to do the basement. That would be awful. Hopefully
He's not grabbing the cane?
What's that?
He just skipped the cane. He just
Did
walked
he?
right past it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
He needs that. I wonder if he did it on purpose. I don't know why he would, but that's pretty
That's an
interesting.
interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting decision to pass up the cane.
Maybe just really excited to do Tower of Hera.
Maybe he mistook it for blue cane?
He's got racing nerves.
Well, thankfully for Dr. Mutagen here, Tower of Hera can be beaten right now without a fire source.
Yeah, that worked out really nicely. Kind of just praying now that you're gonna find all the items without having to go to the basement.
Well, that red rupee's won.
Yep. I'm used to Tower
Bomb.
of Hera having. Oh no,
Bomb Hut ended up having flippers, by the way.
no more
Ooh, that's
fakes.
neat.
Nothing in the big chest in Tower of Hera. How's Thieves Town going?
Outside of the flippers in the Village of Outcasts, I haven't seen anything nice here in Thieves Town. Alright, time to dig. What number dig are we going to finally get the item on? How about number
8.6.
4?
That was
Nice.
a really fast dig.
No, the fun ones are when the dig is number 30.
Well, we're gonna need to find the Fire and Ice Rod, as well as the Titan Mitts. Power Gloves for Dustminion. Now he can go to the Dark World. I think he should. I think Dr. Mutagen should take the time to get this red cane that he missed, and then go to the right side of the mountain. Probably.
Yes.
Probably a good stop.
But I thought a mountain is usually stacked.
Maltz
Quite
is
a
going to
bit.
have to be careful here, down to 1 heart.
There's the book. Don't know if it's needed or not. Can do desert with that right now. Probably, anyway.
Oh, single arrow. What a crappy result out of Hera.
20 cents in an arrow. Well, got a crystal anyway. Really hope he sees the red cane on his way down. Oh no. I think he knows.
Oh, now it's getting it.
I think he made a mistake. Maybe
Did I forget something?
Yeah, okay. I think he just ran off without even thinking, and then realized while falling that he missed something rather significant. It's pretty uncommon for that cane not to be mandatory.
Yep.
What are the odds on that? Like 2%? They seem really low.
Well,
For the cane not to be mandatory?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not required in too many places. You need it for Mire and T-Rock, and then in one spot in Gaines Tower.
Yeah, the spot in Gaines Tower that gets you another 5 chests, so there's a chance the key's over there, right? So you might need it for that.
once in a while you'll get that kind of seed. I'll mention the weekly real fast that apparently had it in the Mold Dorm 2 chest.
By the way, this hype cave, holy crap!
Ooh, this hype cave is Jesus Christ.
Flame rod, hook shot,
Nuts.
and titan mitts, and 20 cents, I think.
Nuts.
But geez, that's the end of the search right there. That's ridiculous.
So it's really only the ice rod that could be extremely trolly at this point. I think
Yeah.
it's really only the ice rod that's missing.
Man, that was crazy good. The immediate Dark World move would have been aces here. That would have been one of my first stops, is that cave, and I would be so happy to find
man,
three things in it.
I love this move though, going through the swamp with the 6 items to check what's there after you get access to it. I think that's a really good play.
Yeah, this is an exciting dungeon to do when you need to do it, and it's right here. I love doing it. It's very likely that it has what you want.
Well, yeah, it's really only the ice rod that's missing at this point, and maybe the lamp if they need it.
They don't need the flute. The flute is for Mire, which is optional.
Yep.
They will be all set once the... Well, red team needs to find the red cane. They also... I mean, they can't miss it. There's no way they won't find it soon.
Yep.
And the ice rod, they technically don't need the lamp. And honestly, in this run, the lamp won't help as much as it usually will. Like, Mire's the worst one, and Palace of Darkness is pretty bad. If they can do Palace of Darkness in the dark, they're set. They don't really need to find the lamp.
Yeah, the Turtle Rock room is ironically fairly easy.
That's the first one I learned. I learned it before Eastern Palace. I just held 2 buttons. I'm sure it's somewhere, but if they don't find it, I don't think they'll sweat it. They've already done Eastern Palace without it, so they've obviously got some experience.
Yep.
They haven't been up the mountain at all, which I find interesting. That seems like a great stop, especially when you know where Titan Mitts are. I bet Maltzy's gonna go up there now. Maybe they're just doing
probably.
dungeons. Green team just found out the big score as well, so they're not in the dark on hookshot and all that stuff. They now have Titan Mitts and Fire Rod and options to go to a whole bunch of places. And it looks like Dr. Mutagen is wasting no time joining in on the fun.
They do know where everything is already, too.
Green
Aside
team,
from that ice rod. So as soon as they find that, they're all good.
yeah, I mean, Green team's only lead right now is they know where the red cane is, which is in plain sight on a mountain that must be cleared. So really, it's gonna be that ice rod. No shocks here. Ice rod's gonna make or break whatever team finds it first.
Yep.
Ice Rod has that tendency of being that item.
Yeah. The problem with the ice rod is it can be anywhere. Literally anywhere except on Trinex.
Well, let's see if it's on the pyramid. That's a new place to check.
Which dungeons were crystals 5 and 6 again?
Let's take a look.
I think it was Thieves Town and Swamp.
Thieves Down Swamp, that's right.
So that might explain why Maltzy's in here, because he's already finished off Thieves Town. He might do the Pyramid Bomb after this.
Magic Powder is on Pyramid.
I don't know if it's worth it to basically do the exact same dungeon as your partner again. Though,
Yeah,
just for the Fat Fairy.
they're both going in on the. I mean, they're really taking a huge risk here, if you ask me.
Yes.
If Green Team, like, if he's checking Catfish, for example, and Catfish gives him the Ice Rod, they're gonna be way ahead of Red Team because they will go through the dungeon they're doing twice as fast. And that's the kind of thing that you can try and mitigate with splitting up.
Yep.
If they both find the Ice Rod, then they're good, but I mean, they don't really need to be both in here to confirm that. It doesn't give them any
Exactly.
edge. They're only going to save like a minute or less.
Melty's gonna get access to Fat Fairy after this. That's really the only real advantage. But if that was the plan from the start, they should have just set Melty to do it. And
Catfish.
then Torso could have gone somewhere else.
Catfish handing the lamp has been found.
Well, it's not one you complain about.
Yeah, that's going to help out a lot. Like, it pays for itself, probably. The time
Pretty
you
much,
spend in Palace of Darkness trying to do those rooms.
Did they do Zora, or did he just save and quit? Oh, he doesn't have the money. Never mind.
Yeah, nobody has checked Zora yet, and nor the ledge. I noticed Maltzy got the first bottle of the game.
Yep. So Sick Kid is still an option.
Yeah, there's bottles in the Swamp Palace here. I've seen them both get them. I haven't seen that Ice Rod yet, though. I can tell you that. We're checking Bombos.
Yeah, I like the split up here with dustminion and Dr. Mutagen right now. Just one's taking care of north and one's taking care of south.
Yes, that's really smart.
They're routing really well, but I don't know if they're gonna find it or not. They're not going into dungeons much, which is I think you want to try and keep up on that too, especially since some of the dungeons really pay out really well. Like Palace of Darkness is a good stop now for the guy with the lamp and the silver arrows and the hammer. You probably should go in there and do that dungeon. There's Ice Rotted Swamp. I can't believe Red Team's
wow.
luck. Incredible.
Wow, that's nuts. Okay, now they're at a huge advantage.
They got the crazy luck. That is the biggest kind of there's not really an upside to their risk, but I mean, they're both in here. They both have everything now. The thing about what they're doing is that if one player found the Ice Rod in here, the other one would be like, cool, and he'd just start zooming through the dungeons anyway. Like, he doesn't need to have it in his inventory to go fast. So they didn't both need to do this dungeon, but
it works.
The only thing they're lacking right now would be the Cane of Samaria, and neither of them know where it is.
yeah,
They're gonna find that definitely, though.
they will, but they're not in go mode yet. On their
That's true.
In their mind, they don't understand where it is. So
Yeah, that's true.
they're gonna still be taking it slow. Hopefully, they don't ignore the mountain too long. I can't imagine.
If they had the lamp, there would be hope for them to go into Pod next, I guess. But without the lamp, I can really only see them go to Death Mountain next.
Toisho's nearly done.
Toiso finally gets the silver arrow onto Argus. That was a lot more scarier than it had to be.
I really feel like Palace of Darkness and Swamp were the powerful plays here. I don't think the desert should be on the menu. It's not the best dungeon to do, but he's cleaning it up pretty fast. At least it's a fast one.
Also gonna check that Fat Fairy to see if she has the cane.
She might have a cane, but it won't be the cane they're looking for.
Yep.
I can't believe it. This is the first team I've ever seen that ignored the mountain for over 30 minutes. Especially since they can go both sides of it, like all of it. There's like 30 chests up there, right? Like 30 chests, and one of them's a crystal.
Well, in their mind, they might be avoiding it because by the logic, because they don't have the lamp or the flute, there's no way to get up there.
I mean, that's
Such a
true,
fair point.
except you could find the flute or the lamp anywhere. So, you know, you might as well just assume that you just haven't gone to the right place with the lamp at this point. When you can go almost anywhere in the map, it could just be in some pendant dungeon lying around. You gotta go up there sometime.
Oh, I agree. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Multi make a run over to Catfish after this, though.
Yeah, Malty's probably going to Catfish after this.
If he can get into the hole there.
Nothing on Bomb Fairy. No surprise, though.
No.
We don't know
I mean, really,
what
they could have
medallion.
only hoped for the last sword.
Ooh, that's an interesting saving quit without going to the Catfish.
Now,
Oh,
has
damn.
Red Team hasn't found Bombos, so if that's Proto Rock, they might be slowed up by that too, but I'm not sure where Bombos was.
Bombos was Old Man, I think.
Yeah, it was the old man on the mountain.
I don't feel like Green Team has done anything outrageous yet that they won't check as well.
Right.
The speed at which they're getting all these items is throwing me off a little bit, to be honest. Like, I keep thinking, why haven't they been on the mountain yet? But honestly, it hasn't been that long.
Oh, Malty might be going.
Yeah, it looks like it.
We'll see how Multi does with the dark room here on the path up to the mountain. There's only one hole you have to be careful of.
It's a little confusing from this side. It's much easier from the mountain port, but you don't have that option right now.
And no problem to that first room.
I don't know if I know it well enough to do it from this angle. I probably need to practice.
So Malty about to find out now that they're in go mode. Unless he randomly goes right side first.
I think he will.
He might actually, yeah. With
He
mitts.
might. Yeah. Nope. He's going the right way.
Yep.
This is going to be huge for Red Team.
Pretty soon they'll have the communication that the cane is up there and you can just rush all the remainder of the dungeons.
I don't know where Dr. Mutagen's heading. Palace of Darkness, maybe? Red Team's luck in finding that cannot be overstated. Oh man. They both went to the same place and somehow they got the big payoff anyway.
He's
They now
heading to
have-
Catfish.
Oh, he wants the lamp.
Really wonder if we're gonna see Red Team look for the lamp now.
I doubt it. Palace of Darkness, especially once they, I mean, I guess they don't have
See,
very much trouble.
Toiso already had some trouble in Eastern Palace Dark Rooms and died out of it.
It might slow him down, but I think they're gonna go for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, probably. He's heading back to EP right now, so they're probably just planning on running.
I don't know why you would do that and not go from Palace of Darkness.
Yes, true.
I'm expecting Red Team to try and skip the lamp in this case. I would, but I have practiced lampless a couple times, so there's that bias. Like, I don't like the shields of the lamp, and I know those things help.
Well, isn't Palace of Darkness a pendant dungeon?
Is it? Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that one. He doesn't need the Palace of Darkness.
Oh, damn. So it's really only T-Rock. Yeah, they're not going to look for the lamp for that.
Yeah, they don't need the lamp at all. The lamp has no value here. Well, that just amplifies Green Team is making a mistake here by not checking Swamp. Since Palace of Darkness is a pendant, there's really only one dungeon you should be looking at. Well, two. Thieves Town and Swamp should both be getting done.
Yeah, exactly.
And they haven't really gone into either one of them. That's their big mistake here. It's costing them the game. Avoiding dungeons that have pretty good chest loadouts. They're not any crystals in. They're doing a good job exploring the overworld, but it's just a big waste of time. The overworld, those chests take minutes each, and they're just not paying off.
Looks like dustminion now about ready to go into Thieves Town, but it might be too little too late at this point.
I mean, Thieves Town didn't pay off well either. It was just a dungeon. It was just one of the two dungeons you would look at and say, yeah, this one's definitely the starter for us, I think. Skull Woods is also available, but that one's awful. Like, you can do that one. I would do it third.
Skullwoods is much better to do when you're in go mode, because all you have to do is just go to that second segment, grab the key, and just make your way over to the final segment. Head over to Mothula.
Pretty much, yeah. You could say the same thing about Swamp, though. Like, go mode Swamp is just so nice, which is also why a lot of racers like to avoid it for a fairly long time.
Thing with Thieves Town is it's pretty linear. You're pretty much going the same route no matter what the case is.
Yep.
I just realized Dr. Mutagen's name. God help us.
I'll have to check the time to make sure it's exact. Because it probably isn't. My clock was messed up at the start of this, but for the reference of seeing which team won, it certainly will be fine. The fastest time we have in this tournament so far was 1 hour 9 and like 6 seconds by Terror.
Jeez.
And that wasn't a streamed match. I mean, he streamed it, but it wasn't like rebroadcast by me. So I don't have any footage of it or anything. It would just be in his VODs.
That doesn't really surprise me, just given how he can be with those kind of seeds.
As long as you check Sanctuary chest, right?
But
and you got a teammate backing you up.
You know, having half magic here for the upcoming Mothula fight is extremely nice as well.
I tend to make the same mistakes Green Team is making in overworld exploring too long. I know what they're doing. I've done it a bunch.
Yeah, you want to find that nice balance between overworld and dungeons, and it's not exactly easy.
I think there's just some chests that you just should do later. Like, they just take too long.
Yeah.
Catfish is definitely on that list. They both went to that. It paid off for them, I guess. But not in the way that's going to win this. If it were Ice Rod, they'd be all set. You know, they would win this. But that didn't happen, and it's unlikely to happen, and it takes forever to go up there. When you think about the 2 minutes or so it takes for one chest. Just one. It's not worth it. It's a huge risk.
It's usually fine if you can do Zora in the same.
Yeah, he takes forever too, but you can combine them all, and then it's a 2-minute thing for 3 chests instead of 1.
Routing is really important in randomizer. How you route yourself, how you make efficient use of your time grabbing chests, it makes a big difference whether or not you are going to come out ahead or behind.
Monster's getting bodied by that thief.
Some football team better draft him. That's really good defense.
Well, Green Team knows that Thieves Town's a bust. Surely they'll go into swamps soon. The longer that this goes by without them knowing about Ice Rod, the worse they are.
And the other question is of what magnitude are they going to search out swamp? Are they going to take care of the 2 chests on the left-hand side? Because that's going to add a whole bunch of time to it, too.
It's like go mode Skull Woods. Actually, he doesn't
Lincoln,
have
you
a
miss
key.
it.
He forgot his key. He went a little too fast.
Oh no.
Have to back up a step here and think about what you missed.
Should be a sign up on that door that says, "Did you remember to grab that key out of the pot?" And the answer is yeah, Malty does have the Cane of Samaria. He just didn't update his tracker. He did make it up to the Tower of Hera. So why do you think the green team is so reluctant to going into swamp?
I don't know. I don't understand. It's a good dungeon, I tell you. That's good. I promise. It's weird. It's a weird choice to skip that one, and it's hurting them.
And the problem is, we're going to see this here in Dr. Mutagen, is the extra amount of time you're searching out Skull Woods. Now, we don't know what's in there. For all we know, the red mail could be in here, but hey, it's not what they need to beat this seed.
The clock is a little off. I'm going to fix it. I have the measurement, so it's going to jump ahead a minute here.
Somebody's using his magic fast forward powers here.
That's right. I can get accurate on the time here. I'll have it up there. They're almost at 50 minutes. As soon as they hit 50 minutes, I'm going to start this back up. There we go. That's where they're at. I was needing to fix that this whole time.
Malta getting trapped in the dead rocks. They're so annoying.
Dead rocks are easily the most annoying enemies in the game. Can't believe the red team is already heading into T-Rock. Damn.
And it turned out to be Quakes. But wasn't that the first medallion they found, too?
What's that?
Quake.
I don't know.
Yeah, it turned out to be in the mini Moldorm cave. So yeah, they had that for quite some time here, and it was the only one they needed. So Maltzy should have a sub 1 hour entry into Ganon's Tower.
Yeah. I'm gonna triple check the time after this, just for reference, because he might have the fastest time we've seen. I just gotta check.
Now, Toiso still has to take care of a few other things, like, for example, pick up the cane of Samaria coming up here and going to the Tower of Hera, but I wouldn't be surprised if he held off doing Tower of Hera until it was time to go into Ganon's Tower. But he's going to prove me wrong and go into the Tower of Hera now. I can already tell you Maltzy doesn't have the god setup here to Turtle Rock. Where it'd always be nice if you walked into this room here with already a key in your inventory. So that way, if you get a key from these guys, you don't have to worry about that big chest.
Man, Skull Woods before Swamp. Give me a break. You're killing me.
Skullwood's doing Tower of Hera as well.
That I understand. Except for I thought one of them already did that.
Dr. Mutagen already did the Tower of Hera, but... And it was like what I was saying with Toiso, I'm just surprised they're not saving that for the Tower of Hera / Ganon's Tower combo.
I'm gonna fix this clock. God damn it. Nah. When I started the stream, it took 43 seconds for them to start the race, so I'm gonna fix it right now.
Dr. Mutagen getting the pedestal out of the way. Not a bad check.
Can't believe my clock crashed on me.
Not
Now
running
it's
for me
accurate.
anymore.
Yeah, I stopped. I mean, it crashed when I started the
Oh,
race, so my time was
Oh,
off,
okay.
and I had to look up the VOD to see when exactly it started. Now it's accurate. They're at 52 minutes and 40 seconds. This is the accurate time. So yeah, they're definitely going to be in Guinness Tower in under an hour. He's cruising, man. They got so lucky, though. I mean, I can't overstate how lucky it is. They both went to the same dungeon for some reason, and they both got the ice rod for it. That's crazy. I'm just blown away by how lucky that was. It could have been anywhere, and somehow they just got it.
Is dustminion going into T-Rock?
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Oh, he's going to Hookshot
Okay.
Cave.
no.
These guys are going everywhere but Swamp. They want to do Swamp on Go mode.
They keep doing the same.
They're not going to be able
dungeons,
to.
too.
Yeah.
That's really the big
mean,
mistake. Like, some people like to do different dungeons first, and I can't really follow them. Like, Skull of Woods is fast. It only has 2 chests, but it's faster than Swamp, so I could understand somebody arguing the case. But when they're both doing blind, they both are doing blinds. It's done. Don't go in there. You can do it later, man. You gotta go find this thing.
Melty getting into trouble here.
Yeah, what's going on? He's lost. It's really confusing when you get off track.
Yeah, once you get off the rails in this room, it's really, really hard to get back on track.
Yeah, he's going down. He's not in the right place at all. He needs to hit the switch still, I think.
Yep, he does.
Yeah, he's gonna reset and start this ride all over again.
I can
Okay,
tell
now he's got
you
it.
where the important chests are in a dungeon without you being in there with me. Like, I would remember. It's not that hard to remember where the big key is. I don't think they should be in the same dungeon together ever, unless they're...
Yeah.
Like, right now, it's okay, because they're both in Total Rock finishing. That's different. But when you're looking for stuff, you really shouldn't be in the same place.
Dustminion found the flu, which could be bad news. That could direct them over to Misery Mire that they don't even need to go towards.
Yep, that item is completely worthless. It's just gonna make it worse. It's like finding keys to the wrong part of the world. It's interesting how bad the flute's gonna mess them up, actually, when you think about it. It's such a good item, but you don't want them to have it.
And you could tell that Dustminion is thinking about it. What should I do? Should I go activate this flu? And when he chose Sanctuary, we know where he's going. He's going to Kakariko Village.
The thing about Swamp is that aside from those two chests on the left, the rest of it's pretty dang fast. And they need it anyway, I just don't get it. Like, if you really don't want to waste time in Swamp, you could just skip those two on the left and come back for them later, and it's pretty fast then. It's one of the faster ones to get a bunch of chests out of it.
You got 6 items in Swamp. There's always a possibility that something good's going to be in there.
Well, it looks like Maltzy at 56 minutes, accurate now, I promise, is going into Ganon's Tower.
Save some time for the fanfare for opening up the the portal to Ganon's Tower, and probably about 57:15 he'll be in there.
Yeah, he's got everything. Now he has 13 minutes to beat the game if he's going to set a PB for this tournament, because the best time we've had was Terror at 109. That's
13 minutes,
rough.
very reachable.
Yeah, this is a little rough if this goes badly, but if it's a good Ganon's Tower, that's no problem. Now, where's that big key?
He does have green mail and 9 hearts and
That's
tempered
true.
sword, though.
He's got the tools to get a good Ganon kill, but he doesn't have the survivability. He does have the cape and half mana, but he can't take actual hits. Big key in the other chest, come on. No, blue potion, that's nice to have though. He's going right. We are going by average time, so any time that he saves and get his tower for his teammate will help him out. Man, he's checking the tile room with devotion.
Wow.
There's 2 fairies.
Holy.
Do they not despawn if you create them? I didn't know that.
I didn't know that myself either.
They're just sitting there. I thought they went
Yeah, I didn't
away
know that.
after 5 seconds.
They normally despawn, but apparently not those.
And a compass for all his efforts.
Well, you can feel good having freed 2 fairies. Oh no, we had a death in Turtle Rock.
Oh, ouch.
This will slow
Can
him
anybody
down a
see
little
where
bit.
his last save point is?
Ooh, yeah, that's a good point.
He's good.
And it's right at
That's fine.
the laser room, so that's not a time loss.
Oh jeez, Maltzy's not done too hot either. He needs to watch it. This low health green is gonna actually cause him some problems, it looks like.
Oh!
Yeah, this isn't panning out to be the domination I thought it was gonna be.
And
It's kind of the trap with with doubles, with 2v2, is that
And-
you're on green mail.
And with the issue there that he was having in that room alone, I don't think he was going to get the. I don't think the door was going to stay open if he got all 4 torches lit.
Doubles always seem to be going so well, and then you go to like Meyer or T-Rock, and you suddenly realize that green mail and 9 hearts isn't really a lot.
Ironically, the blue mail is right below Ganon's tower. In the,
Yes.
look out, he's got the key. There it is.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, easy early key too. That's going to help his teammate out.
Chest 7. I guess 8. Number 8.
Yeah, technically for him, because he checked the tile room, it would be number 8.
It was a very easy Ganon's tower. He just went the wrong way. Understandable to go that way when they give you a key, though. Now he's got to do this gauntlet without getting his ass kicked. That's going to be a little brutal because he doesn't have too much of the survivability you would want to see.
Yep.
Gauntlet is the last real threat until Ganon himself.
I'd argue that Moldorm 2 is kind of annoying.
Well, at
But he's
least
more
there,
annoying than threatening.
they could... I guess they don't have... He has powder, right? He just didn't mark it. Yeah, he'll be alright there. He can't die, at least.
Yeah, think about his scenario right now is he's got several opportunities to spawn fairies thanks to the equipment that he has. Plus, he's got the blue goo that he picked up, so I think he's perfectly fine.
Oh, Toiso going right to pick up that blue goo. I was wondering why he did, but that makes a lot of sense.
An hour in, Dustminion finally decides that Swamp is the dungeon for him. After doing everything else, except for Ice Palace. It's like,
Oh, is he fluty?
Oh my god, yes.
no, get back there. Oh, jeez. I hate this. I hate this.
So,
I hate this
I'm
so
sorry,
much.
Smite. What were you saying, Smite? About
bottle,
Swamp
kid.
Palace?
Oh boy, Cane and Burner, watch out. Watch out. Watch out.
By the way, Maltzy just used his blue goo.
I mean, that's gonna get him through, I think. That's all he's gonna need.
Well, it's gonna get him all he needs, but then he's got nothing left for Ganon. He's gonna have to be very careful against Ganon too.
It's really easy to die on Gan with this equipment, or lack thereof, rather.
Yeah, you could burn him down really quick with the cape. I think they'll be okay, but it might take a try or two.
He got the blue potion too.
He already
So he
used
can-
it.
Oh, okay. He doesn't have blue potion.
Well, the nice thing is that you can get a full heal and full mana before you go to Aghanim, at least.
Hey guys, we have a person in Swamp Palace.
Hell yeah, he's there. I told you. He just, he got a bottle and he got excited about turning it in real quick. Apparently, he thought that was a better use of his time. Like the ice rod is gonna be more likely to be there than in this dungeon.
Well, he could always use Cane of Burna and try an X, right?
Does that actually do anything?
Probably not.
I learned the other day randomly that Cane of Burna actually kills Len Molas like really fast. I didn't know that.
Randomizer, teaching you new things about the equipment you always hated.
Exactly.
Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't say that their double swamp worked out for them. Their going into swamp at all was what worked out for them. The double part, like I said earlier, it doesn't really help. It didn't really help them at all. He got the ice
Yeah, both
rod
of them
earlier,
going.
but it didn't matter. It's the same situation as if he just did swamp last.
Uh-oh, Dr. Mutagen's playing gambling mode.
I'll tell you this, if instead of going to swamp with his buddy, if he went to mountain, they would have been done faster.
Yeah, I agree.
He would have found the red cane immediately. They would be 5 minutes faster. Instead, they both went to swamp. It actually slowed them down, despite what looked like it paid off. It didn't pay off. It actually was still a bad idea. It just so happened that the ice rod was in there. And that's just an item that you don't use. It's not an item that you want to hang on to all game. It's an item you need for one boss, so it's not like he has to go get it right away.
Ah, yes, the Aghanim blue balls. Aren't they fun?
Well, he really messed
Oh,
him up with
triple.
that last phase. Maltzy's moving to Ganon. I'm gonna play the drums of Ganon.
Well, let's see what 8.5 horse to. 8.5 is a nice amount to be at least, because he can take 2 flame bats and still live, but it's still really easy to get tapped here.
You know, I'm surprised neither of them found the blue mail.
They didn't go in there because they were done after they saw Lookout Peak's item.
And yeah, we're gonna see some cape strats here.
The validation heart piece there.
Well, the worst of it's almost over here for Maltzy. That cape definitely helped him out.
I love using the cape in here. When I have the red sword, it's how I make sure that phase 2 is done immediately. I don't mess around with the cape. And I just wanna spin on him, you know. I just want to get in there.
This is one heck of a trolley Ganon, though.
Yeah.
I love it when Ganon teleports 5 million times. It's the best fight.
The best time is when you're trying to do it on Master Sword Ganon.
Oh my god.
Barring a catastrophic mistake, Maltzy should have this.
111 hours in this playlist, and Ganon's message starts playing by itself. I'll play the rabbit song instead. Maltzy is done,
Maltzy.
and that is the best time we've seen. 107.40 thereabouts. 41. Current time to beat, there it is. That's crazy fast, man.
And
Yeah,
pretty soon, dustminion will find the last piece of this puzzle.
My stream has only been on for an hour and 8 minutes. There's no questioning that is how long that was, because we started right away. 40 seconds in, we started.
And Toyso ending up dying to Ganon.
That's fair enough. It's not too much of a loss. It was right at the start of the fight too, was it?
Yeah, it was relatively early.
Where is Mutagen at? What is he here for? What the? I just realized where he was. Oh my god. How'd he get up here?
Yeah, he's been going through Turtle Rock, so he's still on search of the ice rod. Oh, there's the red mail.
Man, that looks way better than the blue mail on that Wiz Road.
And there's the ice rod for dustminion, and I believe that pause there was the communication between the two that realized the ice rod is not going to be in Turtle Rock. Sorry.
Tojo is taking no prisoners here again and no hits at all right now. He's got plenty of stuff left.
And because of what happened to him, he dying to Ganon. That means his Ganon pattern is going to be different than what Maltzy had.
Yep. I don't think he has the blue potion anymore, but he should be fine.
Yeah, I didn't keep track of whether or not he used it during Ganon's tower.
Oh, missed the flame. That's really hard to do with the flame rod. Much more of a simple thing to do with the lamp. Can't miss with the lamp, really. You can just sit there and light it up.
I'll say nice double, though, at least.
Yep, Ganon is dead? Yes, he's done. That's it. 1 hour and 10. And
That's
also really
solid.
good time. These guys beat this record fast, man. Jeez. 20. 110-20. They're done.
Crazy.
That makes the average 109 even.
Yeah, just about. And that is definitely Red Team's game by a long ways. Not even close. The question is, has Green Team found the Ice Rod? Yes, they have. They did get it, so I'll play their drums. Enjoy. But, Red Team's game. I'll bring them in here if they want to commentate.
Now, time for the slow mop up for these guys here.
Yep. I wonder if this could have gone differently if Ice Rod was on Catfish. Wonder what would have happened.
Oh, this would have been very different. This could have also been very different if Green Team just went to Swamp, to be fair.
Yeah, but they would have had one hell of a time to beat. It would have had to have been their advantage to beat that time.
Yeah.
They would have had to have some serious luck. And I think Catfish was the biggest goofy thing that they did that would have saved a lot of time for them.
Although in 2v2, I don't think it's the worst thing
Yeah, I'm going to pull
for
the
someone to do
Red
stuff.
Team up here now.
Alright.
Hello.
Hello there.
Nice work. That's the fastest time we've seen in this, you know. Maltzy.
Yeah, we hit a pretty lucky seed there, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt really fast, they said.
You both were doing
To
dungeons
the-
together, which we thought was questionable, but that you both found the Ice Rod at the same time anyway, which was pretty funny.
Well,
Yeah, I think
I-
Maltzy found it 2 seconds before I did.
I decided to do that. Toyso was thinking that I should go up and do the pyramid and Sora's domain, but then I remembered I had the 5 crystal from Thieves Town, and Swamp had the 6 crystal.
Yeah.
So then I could do.
I
do,
see. Yeah,
Fat Fairy.
you guys
So
found
then
it
I
so much
thought I
faster.
might as well do Swamp.
Yeah,
as
Green
well.
Team is still working on it. They just found the Ice Rod. They never went into Swamp. I don't know why. They just don't like that dungeon, I guess. They just didn't want to go in there.
Yeah, once we got the hook shot out of Hype Cave, I just went immediately in there.
Yeah, that was a really good decision. It was really the place to go. I saw one of the Green
Yeah.
Team members go in, turn around, warp out, and turn in their bottle. Like, they just would not go in there. It was aggravating. You guys were finishing the game, and they just would not go get the final item they needed.
Yeah, it was a bit questionable as well if I would go up that mountain. When I did, we were discussing that if I should go and do Sora's domain and that area, since neither of us went up to do the either Catfish or Sora's domain as well.
Yeah,
Though we had
yeah.
the rupees for it really early on.
Mountains was the last thing
Yeah.
you guys did.
Yeah, and we didn't even touch the east side where all the chests usually are.
The red cane was sitting right in plain sight, so we knew as soon as you found that Ice Rod, you were going to clean it up eventually. Like, it couldn't be too long before you went up there.
Oh, a total of 87 chests looked at our location. That's nothing.
Yeah, your time was 1 hour and 7 and 41 seconds on my clock.
You said that's the fastest one, right, Smite?
Yeah, the time that was to beat was 1 hour and 9, so you got that crushed.
Oh,
So nice right there.
the seed was so fast.
It really was a really good seed, and you guys found that stuff really fast too. I don't think anything was in a weird dungeon, right?
Had a very good routing for 2-player. I just did the dungeons and he routed the other pieces.
Only
The
I
lamp,
didn't die
the
in
lamp.
Easter.
The lamp was on Catfish, by the way. Green team did find that, but that didn't help them out.
I was a bit lost in the Turtle Rock maze, or
Yeah,
the dark room.
when you
It took a few spins, so to speak.
when you get off the rails in there, things go bad.
Yeah, I accidentally walked down when I got to the middle part, and then I was like, oh, let's do this again, and then I walked to the left or something, slightly held left when I walked into the platform, so it went to the left there, and I was so lost. Luckily I didn't have to mirror out or anything. That would have been annoying.
Yep.
Yeah, that's also why I took the door at Laser Bridge, just in case I died to Trinix, which wound up happening anyway.
Oh, that's right, you died there and in Eastern. You would have beaten my time otherwise.
And Ganon, for that matter.
Yeah, as well. So you died 3 times and you're 2.5 minutes behind me.
Oh man, that Eastern Palace death was heartbreaking. You picked up the pot and some fairy hit you on the way to the
That felt cheated to me. I could have sworn I picked up that heart.
We saw that. I like the response too. Just leave. You just leave Eastern Palace. You had enough after that.
Well, I could have gone back in, but I know that he had already gotten the Ether Medallion, and we either needed the last one or we had all the medallions we needed, so...
Yeah, it was a good call.
It wasn't anything really important.
I don't
It's
problems.
not that long of a revisit when you have the big key as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was a really quick race. I actually thought it would take a fair bit longer time.
How about trying to do it all green tunic?
Yeah, I was considering the blue tunic I saw in Spectacle Rock Cave, but then I was like, no, let's go fast.
I actually forgot about it, because I thought I had mentioned that I was going to possibly go for that, and then I forgot about it later on. That might have prevented a death at Trinix.
Yeah, you said you were going to pick it up, so I thought you did actually.
Well, you two
You guys
will be
wanna know-
going on to the next round. Let me see who you're playing against, if I can figure that out. Yeah. You'll be up against Mega Kid Icarus and Patty Bees.
Alrighty.
That's still a standard
Have
seed,
they-
so keep on standard practice. If you're practicing, that's the seed to practice on.
Cool. Holy cow, I got a 150 menu time.
Nice.
Oh, I did not even see what menu time I had. Did anyone catch that or remember?
I didn't see it. I'm sorry. You guys want to know where the red mail turned out to be?
Actually, I'm curious where the flute was, if they found that.
Yes.
Dark World Super Bunny Cave.
Okay.
I might have actually
was that
gotten that, but gotten the red potion out of after going to Trinix, because I thought about doing that, just hopping down and grabbing a red potion. But then Maltzy found a blue potion in Ganon's tower, so I just went for that instead.
Turned out red mail was in the Mimic Cave.
Oh, that's a good spot. Did they check the pedestal?
Yes, and I can't remember what was in it. Hold on 1 second.
50 rupees.
50 rupees, okay. Because Toysa was considering just going there to check it when he did Skullwoods.
Even though we had all the items that we needed at that point.
These two are both in Turtle Rock. They'll be wrapping this up soon. Not too bad a time for them either, but they're still 15 minutes
Oh,
behind.
yeah, the seed was so fast though, so
It was just that ice rod
it's still
killing them. It could
they
happen.
will have a very good time, certainly. Like 1:30 is pretty quick still. Oh, dustminion with half a heart left.
He's got it. He's got it.
That cape was a godsend, by the way. I think we used it so much in the late game here, just to avoid dying.
Yeah, you both ended up using it against Ganon.
Yeah, that's I use that if I have it there, especially with half magic. It's just so fast to get the second and first hit in the second phase to complete that, and then the first hit in the third phase to get that without getting hit by the fire bats. I feel.
Yeah, especially with the red sword. I love going in there with red sword and doing spins with the cape on. These guys have all the equipment because they went everywhere except for where the ice rod was. So they're in red mail. They got gold sword. They got all this stuff.
Oh, where was the last sword upgrade?
That's a good question. I didn't actually see.
Never went there.
Turns out, Dark Road Death Mountain. Hookshot Cave.
Hookshot cave. Okay. And that had a few useful items then with the flute and the butter sword. Let's see. In my bot here, what menu time I had. What did you say you had, Toiso? 1:30 or something?
150.
150. Yeah.
Mutagens entering Ganon's Tower.
2:34. I had a pretty long time. I spent a lot of time doing weird things in my menu, it would seem. But yeah.
Mutagen's thinking about it, and yep, he's gonna go right side. What was your reasoning for going right side yourself, Maltzy?
I thought that since Toiso was behind me and we're taking the average, I might as well go on the right side to check if the key is still there. And then if it is, we gain time. Otherwise, we will be even on the left side, either way. And then I screwed everything up because I hate that part.
Well, that's at that because we saved you some time. Maybe.
Yeah. It did actually.
Ooh, Dust Minion getting hit with the fire bar, but he does have a fairy in the battle, so he'll be fine.
Man, Mutagen's also going right and trying to do the tower room too. I didn't know that fairies don't expire if you convert them. That's nice.
It's only in that room for some reason, I think.
Alright.
I don't know. Or is there any other room they don't expire in?
I've never
Because
seen
I
that
think
before.
they despawn everywhere else, but just not in that room for some reason. So when I have the powder and I go right side, I always do that tactic of ferrying or powdering both, and then just walk around and take a hit on the last tile, and then grab the, because they have timed it so in such a way that the hand falls just after the last tile lifts up. So if you don't kill the tile, you have to wait for the hand to go down and then go up before the chest spawn, unless you kill the hand as well. So if you slash the tile, you can get the chest to spawn before the tile falls.
Looks
It's
to
nice.
me like both of these guys are going to be on the left side, Ganon's tower at almost the same time.
Yeah, that was the plan I was going for as well, but I screwed up.
Trying
It was just the game trying to tell you that you needed to go left side to get the big key.
Yeah, it was. The game was kind to me today.
Oh no, he's keeping on marching. He's going to Armos. He's gonna miss the big key. Yeah, you just see that when it's such a early one. Oh, he's bailing out. He just wanted the regular key.
Perhaps he wanted a small key, yeah.
So both of them will probably be about 50 seconds apart at this point.
If they have an equal Ganon fight or Gauntlet and Ganon. I don't know what times they usually get. Does anyone know?
No idea. They were playing pretty well. They really just did not want to go in swamp, and it killed them. It absolutely murdered them.
It seemed to be like they were favoring overworld exploration over dungeon exploration. And in this case, it just kept them away from swamp.
I felt that we had so many items that enabled us to do dungeons, so might as well do the dungeons we can with the items we have, because that's how you get the quickest times usually, or that's a good way to do it if you want to have a quick time, I feel.
Yeah, it's all about finding that right balance of dungeon to overworld.
Well, then, in this tournament, proper communication with your partner.
Yeah, we were actually pretty lucky with how the hearts kind of turned out. Because sometimes in a 2v2, one person winds up coming across every single heart, and the other person is, stuck on 5 or 6 for the longest time.
Yeah, we were quite even for most of the run, so it was only that I did the Thieves Town earlier that I was a heart or 2 ahead. But then he did dig in game and got the heart piece from that, so we were fairly even the whole run, which was nice. And it can be hard with green mail doing some of the later dungeons. So that's why we were fortunate to have both the cape and the half magic. To avoid dying.
So both of these guys are on the 4th floor together, so yeah, their times will not be all that different apart, and almost the 1 cycle kill there for Dr. Mutagen.
Yeah, that second land molas gave me a bunch of trouble.
It gave me trouble as well. I also missed my arrow, I think. I had the same trouble with the first Lamola as well. Got hit by the first one in desert and hit 0 arrows in the first cycle, and then killed all 3 in the second cycle.
Yeah, getting a 1 cycle on the second cycle.
And the doctor resorting to ether strats to take care of the wizrobes on the 5th floor. A little slower doing it that way, but it guarantees you a 1 cycle.
Mutagen's only 1 floor ahead at this point.
It's at the point where a fall to Moldorm here could even those two out.
I'm happy that we didn't have to do most of the run in with the fighter sword or master sword. Like doing Ganon with master sword. It's
Well, speak of the devil.
A jinx, though.
Commentator's curse, sorry.
it needs to fall a second time, right, to make it even now, though.
He's not going to. Unless he wants to give us a fall on purpose.
He might try to hover, who knows? Oh, the lantern strats for dustminion.
Almost tagging him here.
Oh, he's not dashing up? Did he not get the boots, or?
He did.
That's an interesting strategy.
Everybody
Does
handles
Dust-
that room differently, I swear. It's one thing
Does
I've learned.
Dustminion not know that there's a full jar up there in the room before Moldorm?
I don't know.
I'm not sure it really matters. They've got half magic and lantern and such, and the only thing they need magic for is the lanterns and in it.
Oop.
Did neither of them check validation chest?
Mutagen did. He got his heart piece. He got it. Aghanim is not being nice to these guys.
Dustminion's not taking advantage of certain setups here.
It's barely missing.
He's clearly
doubles.
having some issues with the Aghanim fights.
It definitely can be a strong case of geometry coming back to haunt you.
Aghanim is dead. All right. Time for Ganon. Well, they have the gold sword, so pretty free. Some Double Dragon Neon music out of nowhere. I think Ganon needs more quotes. That should be the top priority.
What, you don't want that bowl of Weetabix?
I want more. I want to hear where he's going with this.
I think Blind needs more quotes personally. Those puns are just glorious.
The puns are getting cheesy.
I think they should just dump Attenborough's nature speeches about some animal into Ganon's text box.
Dr. Mutagen is done.
An hour 34.
Still a really solid time.
53.
Dustminion's gonna have to be careful here just to make sure he eludes this bad, which he does.
Does he have a fairy in his bottle, or
Oh,
did
he
he
does
use
have a
that?
fairy, yeah.
Yeah, he does. Not quite as much of a concern.
The only danger left is falling.
I think he's got it handled Ganon better than he handled Aghanim.
He certainly does, and Ganon is down.
Well, that's it. Congratulations, Red Team, once again. I'll let you know where your match is set up. You'll have another room just like that one there. 135 to
Sounds
30,
good.
52 for these guys. I'm gonna see if they want to come in. So, thanks for coming. Your match will be soon because it's round 2, and I've been going through most of those, so there won't be any delay on that other than whenever you guys can play.
Okay, sounds good.
Sounds good.
We will set up a time.
Yep.
Certainly.
And that makes their average 135.23.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, that's a very solid time still.
It is. It's actually pretty good, I feel, for a randomizer. So it was just the seed had the items in such locations where the hive cave in Dark World was actually a hive cave. And you didn't have to do a lot of overworld.
It really was.
Locations.
3 items there. I'm gonna pull them in here now that they're done. Dustminion Mutagen, how's it going?
Hi. Alright, I guess.
GG's, guys.
Crushing under the weight
GG.
of my embarrassment, but yeah.
I mean, you did
I
pretty
don't
well.
think the misplays we did would have mattered. Yeah.
The big
I guess
problem you
that
had
is the
was
kind of thing we need to work on, but yeah.
you kept dodging swamp. In fact, you went in swamp and left to turn in a bottle. Like, you really just didn't want to do one of the best options you had. That dungeon has 6 chests in it, and you had the stuff
Well,
to fool it.
Well, the bottle could have had the ice rod.
So could
Yeah,
swamp.
there's
6
a
times
lot
more
of weird
likely.
unknowns there, so I don't know. Well,
I think your big problem is that you're doing overworld stuff too much. And in this case, it really bit you because the dungeon that you probably should have headed into first, you did dead last. And they didn't, and they finished really fast because of it. It really is likely to pay off. I mean, there was a lot of overworld
Yeah.
stuff to
We
collect.
did kind of forget about Swamp House. That was kind of a, yeah. Now, you know, hindsight, it's 2020.
Yep,
I
as soon
guess.
as you get that hook shot and you can swim and have the mirror, those 3 things are...
And the
I
hammer,
guess-
yeah.
Yeah, you got that, all that stuff, and you have a required Swamp Palace in front of you. It's a pretty good
Yeah, I know.
choice.
Yeah.
Just a question: did you
Something
guys
for next time, I guess.
Did any of you guys do Thieves Town before going down to the Hive Cave?
So,
Sorry. What?
Did you guys do Thieves Town before any of you went towards the Hive Cave and got the hook shot and everything? Did any of you kill blind?
Yeah, we both of us forgot about Swamp Palace,
Yep.
which is that. I think that was probably the big thing that killed our run.
Outside of that, to me, it seemed like you guys had a separate movement throughout the entire run, where one person was doing one thing, the other person was doing something different. So it wasn't like you guys were doing the same things at the same time. So
Oh, yeah.
from
Yeah,
that
trying to-
basis, you guys split up pretty nicely.
We're
Yeah, we
trying to
had
cover as
nice
many
system.
bases as possible.
Yeah.
So once Dustminion told you that the ice rod was not in that turtle rock that you were in, what was your thoughts, Doctor?
my thoughts. Anything that doesn't involve like fully weathered woods.
Yeah, going up to Total Rock and not being able to clear it is one of the most painful
it was-
risks. of
Yeah, it
backfire.
was a very risky gamble, and I probably shouldn't have done that. That was yeah.
Just the march back up there is so long that you could have cleared another whole dungeon. It's really painful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good game. You guys will be in the losers bracket, but you got matched up against one of the teams that had to drop out, so I already moved you to round 2. I don't know who you'll be playing yet
Oh,
because of
easy.
that.
Oh,
Okay.
so round 2 is still a standard, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Once match 17 happens, whoever loses that is who you'll be playing. I don't know who that's going to be yet, but you did get a
Okay.
default win, so that's going to put you up to round 2 against whoever it's going to be.
Neato.
All right then.
Thanks for playing, everyone. I do have another race here in 45 minutes. We'll set up for that at some point in the near future. See you then if you feel like watching another one. Thanks for playing, everybody.
Yeah, good race, guys.
Yeah, good race.
GG, everyone.
Everyone out there,
Jeez, guys.
thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.